There's a really good book about this. It's called Lucifer's Bankers. It's by a guy named Bradley Birkenfeld. It's a pretty recent book too about Swiss banking and the big bank UBS, I think it's called, and the inner workings of this, the Swiss bank account system and all that. So it's a really good book. Check that book out if you're interested in, like I said, in the world of kind of offshore banking. And hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Darren Woodfork and I'm an attorney in Scottsdale, Arizona. And if you remember the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, they were talking about sending money to anonymous bank accounts in Switzerland. And this video is about the myth that Swiss bank accounts are secret or that are anonymous. And in fairness, the myth comes from the fact that way back when, Swiss bank accounts were completely secret. They were numbered accounts, and it was illegal for bankers to disclose the identity of the account holders. But that all changed in about 2014 and 2018. First, in 2014, the Swiss government basically said that they were doing away with numbered accounts. And that means that is what it sounds like. There was no names on the accounts. If your money was over in Switzerland, it was just a number, and nobody knew the identification of that number. But back in 2014, the Swiss government changed that. But really, in 2018, from pressure from the U.S. government, the U.S. tax authorities. In 2018, the Swiss were kind of forced to participate in this global thing. And it was called the AEOI, the Automatic Exchange of Information Act, essentially. And basically what that meant is that now the Swiss people could not hide the identity if the U.S. tax people wanted to know whose account it was. And that was 2018. That's just, 7 years ago. And so now there is no secret Swiss bank account. Now the Swiss almost have to do exactly what everybody else does. They have to do kind of what's called KYC, know your customer. They have to do they do due diligence. They have to verify the identity of the people who are opening up their accounts. They have to do kind of like a proof of funds, where the money's coming from. You got to trace it to make sure it's not coming from an illegal source. And then also, just like any other bank, they're going to be flagging unusual activity, I guess, unusual accounts deposited or withdrawn or whatever. And so, now the Swiss bank account is just like any other bank account that you have when you open up here in the U.S. And then also, I guess what's kind of interesting is that the Swiss bank account, kind of like everything, they were never really completely anonymous. If there was a big investigation for terrorism or something like that, you could get subpoenas and things like that and make the Swiss disclose whose account it was, even in the beginning. But now the Swiss bank accounts are definitely not secret. There's a really good book about this. It's called Lucifer's Bankers. It's by a guy named Bradley Birkenfeld. It's a pretty recent book too about Swiss banking and the big bank UBS, I think it's called, and the inner workings of this, the Swiss bank account system and all that. So it's a really good book. Check that book out if you're interested in, like I said, in the world of kind of offshore banking and Swiss bank accounts and things like that. So that's it. Again, there's so much misinformation online about fleeing the country and hiding out and getting secret bank accounts, things like that. I'll leave at the end of this video the video that I have here about how basically fleeing the country is not going to help you run from the law, just because there's Interpol and the whole world's cooperating kind of like on a law enforcement basis. But that'll be in the next video after this video. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Thanks.